Hey guys, David Robinson from Robinsonder here. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how we wash and dry our clothes in Mexico with no washer and dryer. So this is how we personally do it and what works for us. First, let's show you what we got going on here. What we have here is a shirt, socks, shorts, basic stuff. I just took a shower. I highly recommend doing this after you take a shower. It's honestly the simplest way to do it, and to do it in the shower. I'm gonna attempt to do this with one hand, so I have no idea how this is gonna go. Normally I do it with two hands, but I don't have my hands free. And normally I'm naked. When I do this is what you gotta do. You're gonna get wet, just makes the most sense, yeah? And for the sake of the video, I threw on these leggings, although I only own a pair of shorts and a pair of jeans. And the shorts I'm washing, and the jeans I do not want to get wet. Step one, throw all the clothes that you want to wash in the bucket. There's so many ways to do this. Some people might say, that's not how I would do it, and that's fair. This is just what we do, and take it or leave it. You know, use what is useful, disregard what is useless. Firstly, you know the drill. Next thing, fill it with water. Again, you're gonna get wet, you just gotta accept that. I personally prefer to work with cold water, but you know, to each his own. Once it's filled, I like to add whatever we're going to be using to clean it with. So in this case, we're gonna add a little bit of fabric softener. That should be good. And dish soap. All right, set them off to the side so they're out of the way. Next, we're gonna close the shower curtain. We don't get the rest of the bathroom wet. I've already done this, but you're gonna be putting stuff on the floor. If you do it this way, clean the floor pretty well, so stuff that's clean isn't getting dirty again. Once you have that done, go ahead and start washing. You get the soap, suds, all that good stuff going. You wanna see a lot of soap as much as you can. Once you start to see that, you're gonna take one item out at a time. Take them like that, keep your knuckles in, and then you're basically doing this. You're gonna use your knuckles together as kind of like a grinding motion. Now, if you are washing underwear, socks, anything that might have special odors, it's very important to scrub, to isolate that specific area that you really want to get and scrub that extra well. Dip it real well and do it a couple times just to make sure it's really, really clean. With shirts, armpits get sweaty, so something else you might want to do, it doesn't take this much time. I'm just breaking it down slowly to explain it. It's actually usually a pretty fluent process. But get where the armpits are, again, scrub them together. Your knuckles. Clothes absorb sweat, but the water, the soap, it does a lot of the work. And you're just acting like an agitator inside of a washing machine. Everything's not getting scrubbed individually. It just kind of happens collectively as it moves around. You're just kind of replicating that process is all. Now once we're done with that, you want to take the clothes, think of that like the wash cycle, right? Now we're going to focus on the rinse cycle. Get them off the ground so they don't get dirty again. Dirty water. Now our clothes aren't like particularly dirty. We just like wearing them a little bit, but if you want to, you can change out the water in between, or if you have more laundry that's important. We just have a few items, and I've already done half of them with different water. Now we're gonna take some clean water, go back in there, and try to rinse them really good. Again, this is our rinse cycle, which is really, really watery. There we go. So now we're basically gonna rinse them really well. I prefer to keep the water going at this point, so it's all fresh. As we're pushing it down, rinsing, the water is going to kind of refresh itself. Next, we're going to push it down, dump it out. Try to refresh the water, yeah? Then, go again. If you do this right, and you're not taking your time to play with the camera and talk to people, it doesn't take but 5-10 minutes to top. Now we're gonna push all of the clothes really, really hard to the bottom of the bucket. Try to let that water drain out. And this is the drain cycle. That's it. Mix the clothes up a little bit and do it again. Now, spin cycle. Since we do not have a giant rotor to create a centrifugal force for a spin cycle, we're just gonna wring them out, getting all the water as much as we can for the drying portion. So I'm gonna grab the first one and wring it out. I try to keep it long way as much as possible, fold it in half. And in my mind, I feel like that's the best way to get the most water. Of course, you twist it, but you gotta do whatever works for you. Once you're done, kind of shake it out, and get some air in there, make sure it's not dripping wet, and then hang it up. And we're gonna repeat that step with each one, and I'm gonna do a time lapse to keep it simple for y'all. Last two are socks. Now from here, I'm gonna rinse out this bucket a bit. I'm gonna take a towel, whatever you have, dry off the inside. That is going to be now our transport bucket for the clothes. Now we are in Merida, Mexico, and we have a nice little area outside right here. And I use a paracord right there to go across. We actually have a little tiny clothesline that works really well normally, but it's kind of short. So I made the paracord go all the way across as like a primary line, and then connected that to it. I always have a plan. You go to new Airbnbs, you may not have a washer and dryer, so if you're outdoors, even more so. Keep that paracord, baby. All done. The things you're gonna need is this, shower, bathtub, somewhere you can get a lot of stuff wet, water comes out, real simple. Second thing you're gonna wanna have is some type of container. I found a nice mop bucket in our Airbnb, washed out super well so it's useful for laundry. Next thing you're gonna need is something to wash the clothes with. Most of the time, we depend very heavily on being resourceful, whatever we have available. We had this stuff at the Airbnb, which is like a fabric softener for like babies or whatever. So it smells nice, but it's not gonna wash the clothes. For that, we're just gonna use good old-fashioned dish soap. Normally, what I would try to use is baking soda and white vinegar. That simple. Fill the bucket up with water in the clothes, have your white vinegar in there, some baking soda, and just wash it. If you don't have that, lemon juice works really well. Just find some more lemon juice from the grocery store or squeeze some lemons. I don't know. Lemon juice works really well for stuff as well. Has properties in it that'll help kill bacteria, and you know, it kind of like removes odors and things as well. Once you have those things, you're all set. Let's do it. You also need somewhere to hang the clothes when you're done. That part was important. I should have said that first. We do. I use paracord. I keep it with me everywhere we go. We have one paracord, one portable clothesline that folds up into a little tiny pouch. That simple. Now, if there's anybody who's interested in trying to utilize any of these like methods to try to wash and dry their clothes, like you're having any kind of issues, maybe you have like limited mobility, some kind of disability, anything at all. If you have any questions about different ways you can do something or whatnot, you just want some ideas, feel free to message me. I'm always available, and I will make sure that I come up with something that'll be a little bit more helpful to you. Ralph and Sandra out. Thank you guys so very much.